Hey, how's it going? In today's video, we are going to talk about automating cold LinkedIn outreach. But before starting, my name is Bhuvnesh and I help businesses and individuals automate their business processes. All right, let's get into the video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about a tool from where on you can automate almost everything in LinkedIn, whether that is following people's profiles, liking or commenting on posts, sending them personalized requests, or sending them emails, and we'll catch on to it. So the tool that I'm going to talk about, and also I will show you how to do certain things there. It's called Linked Helper. So you type Linked Helper on Google, and then you can open their website. And Linked Helper is not a cloud solution. What that means is that you'll have to download its desktop app, and you'll have to, and then the all the processes you'll be running it from your local machine, which is your laptop or your computer. Now, why they have done that in that way is because linked helper is basically a browser automation tool. So LinkedIn does not allow any sort of LinkedIn automation. It's just not allowed. And so if you do that on a cloud with several other tools that are there, it always poses a, a threat of LinkedIn identifying that this is a bot which is doing all these actions. So linked helper in that way is a decent tool to be able to use that through your local host, and we'll get more into it. So let's say once you download the desktop app, then you click on it, then it asks you to create an account, which I already have created. It asks you to create the account, and it also will ask you your LinkedIn details, so you can provide those details. Once you're provided, then this is where it says open and run campaign. So you click here. So it's basically, you can see it's starting an instance. So it's using your laptop as the local host to start that. And as you can see, I guess on the screen, it's loading. It takes a bit time and also depends on your all right, I see that it's working fine here. Okay, let's stop this campaign. I already had some campaigns which were prepared here. So let me show you how that looks like. Okay, so this is the workflow. So right now I have a very simple workflow because I had identified my contacts whom I just wanted to send in mails, and I didn't need them to warm up because they were going to go directly straight into their inbox. Okay, so allow that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just show you by creating a new campaign. So, and you'll know what it means to create a campaign and so on. So let's say this is a test campaign, and we'll start with a empty one. And you can see that they've also given templates on, let's say, some of the best practices of using it. So let's say invite and follow up, messaging sequence, and so on, so on. You can have a look at them, warm up and invite and follow up. So this increases your acceptance request and so on, but we'll just start from the blank one. Now, as you see, there are different actions here: visit and extract profiles, find profile emails, message to first connections, and so on. And there are tons of actions here. We'll start with the very basic one. What I'm trying to show to you in this video, because its scope of this tool is huge, so I can cover all of it. What I'm just trying to show you is that the basic actions that you want to take in LinkedIn, which takes a whole lot of time and which is very difficult for an individual to be disciplined that okay, for day one I warm up the profile like this and do that and that, and in the end we all know what happens to all such of our efforts. So okay, let's create an action. Okay, so the first action, let's say, and I'm creating this through the best practices. So the first thing would be to visit and extract profiles. So what it would do is we'll also add a queue here, which would be we'll select what profiles do we want to send to this campaign, and this all would be automated. Once you start here, this all would go on. So let's say first visit and extract the profiles. Then let's say we add a delay between action. Let's say a 1 day delay. Then what we want to do is follow the profile. Then let's add another delay to it. Then add, now it's on you. If you think that you have warmed them enough, then you can directly send them invite the second and third level contact. Or if you want to again endorse them with, let's say, I want them to like 2 articles or their 2 posts, and it would just go to the recent post. It would not apply any such AI or anything. It would just go to the recent post and would like it. And let's say you again put a delay. All right, and you can just have your own process for it, but it is really good, better, and recommended, so that LinkedIn sees that this is all happening through a human effort and not a bot, because then it would put restrictions on your account and so on. So yeah, it's good to warm up, and now we are ready to, let's say, either send a second level, third level contact, or you can directly send them an email. So I'll just go with this here, add. Okay, and once this is done, there are several other steps that you can do. Is that if they have accepted, so let's say you want to shortlist, you have a list of, let's say, 100 people, you send the invitation request to 100 people. Now what you want is for um, after a week, you want that okay, how many people accepted your connection request, and then you pass them along to your CRM or to your other system, where you can keep them as uh, let's say potential leads or whatever, or maybe people who did not accept your friend invitation request. You can then direct them to another campaign, maybe send them create another campaign and create a queue of those profiles and just send them in-mail directly as your last effort. All right. So there's another action which says check. No, it won't be this one. It would be filter. Correct. So this is this one. Filter contacts out of my network. So what it does is that if people have accepted your connection request, then it would look out that okay, how many people are in this queue, and it would try to identify have they become your first connections, and if they have become your first connections, it would filter out the first connections, and then if you want to create or have another actions, you can have. So one of the action which a person can have is, let's say you want to export these people automatically out of your system from linked helper now to CRM, because this is a local tool. You just can't have direct API as such connections from here. So what you can do is there is a option called send person to webhook. All right. So okay, we'll do that too. I'll just show you that. So for that we'll need to use Zapier. So we'll create a webhook, a URL. I'll add it here, and whenever somebody goes through this process and it would enter this action, which is the send person to webhook, they would be sent to our next process that we want. So how about I actually the campaign that I have created, I'll just show you. So this is the one that I'm sending to people, which is this queue, And a good thing I should also quickly talk about this is that you can personalize, customize your connection uh, request or your email, like this name, first name. You can also write organization's name, company, position. You can personalize it, and this is the email that you can send to them. All right, so let's add a webhook action here because I want to show you this into action. So let me just a second. Yeah, let's go here. And all right, where is it? Yeah, it's here. So what we do here is we go to the trigger event and Zapier. We click webhooks by Zapier. Uh, so if you're really serious about doing this process, then you'll have to buy the Zapier basic premium connection. It's not very costly, but you'll have to. You can also do this in make.com, and I'm thinking of creating a tutorial there. You can do that for free there. But anyway, so because this option is only available in the pro version. Okay, you go to continue, you continue. If you saw, I just added the event catch hook. All right, so use this, continue, and this would give you a URL. So you copy the URL. Oh, where is it? Yeah, now there's a person. Add this person to this webhook, and so yeah, send all this data, this, full message history, campaign message history. Yeah, you can choose what all you wanted to send. All right, so how about I start this campaign and you'll also get to see in action how this works. So it has started its actions, and yeah, let's see to that how it happens. So here you can keep seeing. Just a second. So there are 4 people in queue. Why are you not going through this? All right, there's one more thing which I think before starting this I should have told, and maybe I think I need to create another video because otherwise this would become very long, is to have create a queue. How do you create a queue? So you click here, you click on add. Now there are several options available with you. If you have LinkedIn Premium and you want to use Sales Navigator, you can go to the search page, list page, click here, it will direct you there. Or you can go to LinkedIn search page and it would direct you there. Now if you'll see, we are currently using the LinkedIn this its current this linked helper browser and not Google Chrome or something else there, right? So what you see here is that now I can go here and let's say write digital marketing agency. I'm just writing random thing. Now within LinkedIn, I can just sort it with people, locations. I am currently in New Zealand. So let's see, to New Zealand, show results. All right. So you see there are 1100 people. I can narrow it down to several other things. The another way how I narrow it down is just by service. So if people are marked in service categories, then their in-mails are usually open. All right, so you see there are 388 results. Now what I can do from here is I can just click this button to collect profiles into the campaign. Press this. So once I press this, it will scrape all these contacts that you see here and they will get added into this queue. And then you can just start the campaign and it would follow all the processes that we were talking about. All right. So what I'll do is I'll start this campaign and just see so that I could show this to you. So that at least we have one trigger there. Okay. Next action in process. Yeah. So just see here. So for Taryn, next action is here and it will start in 3 minutes 31 seconds. So LinkedIn can't identify uh, this bot thing. What linked helper does is that it uh, takes delays in between its actions. So let's say going to LinkedIn, this search page, it would take some time. Then going to that profile, it would, let's say, take another 1 minute and 2 minutes and so on and all that stuff. So what my suggestion here would be that I would pause the video. I'll let this happen in the background, and once it is in action, I'll show it back to you. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see. In fact, I got a better idea. You know what? We'll use this time to actually make and think what we'll actually do with this. So what this would do is once the in-mail has been sent to the person, it would uh, 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 it would pass on the details through here through this trigger. And now if we want that to pass into our CRM system, we can use Pipedrive, MailChimp, or whatever systems, a marketing tool or a CRM tool, wherever you want to transfer the information, you can use that and transfer them and add to your list. I just created a Google Sheet. All right. So you see it here. What I've done is this. It will fetch name, LinkedIn URL, organization. You'll get several other details from there on, but I'll just be taking this. And then status also. What status means is that okay, in-mail was sent. And within linked helper, there's also another step. So let's say you sent an in-mail and you got this detail. So you have the status. But let's say they replied to your in-mail. You can set up that another action after the webhook step in linked helper is which is called check for replies. So if somebody replies to you, you can set another webhook which would then change the status here from in-mail sent to in-mail replied. So that way in your CRM or marketing, excuse me, in your CRM or marketing tool, you will be able to put the right detail that okay, that person replied, so maybe I don't need to send them a welcome or an onboarding or intro email or something of that sort. I may need to send them a different campaign. So this is how you can manage that part. So let's quickly set our Google Sheets up. I hope I have already my account is already added. I hope so. If not, yeah, create new spreadsheet row, select. All right, I guess I don't have that. So I'll have to add it. I'll just, okay, let's actually, in the meantime, just go to there. What's happening there? Yeah. All right, so there's some action happening here. I'll let you see this. So it's here. Try navigate to profile page. It's having this action here right now. And I'm sorry about moving back and forth. Um, I guess I just want to see here what, so you see what's trying to do, it's trying to scroll down and up just to mimic a human, what a human would do if they visit somebody's profile, and they'll just directly not go and send the message to them, right? They would like to just view that. So it's taking all those steps there. And what I'll do is, in the meantime, I would in the background, can I add that? Let's wait for this. Let's just have a look at this. All right, so here it is. So it will write a subject here, and then it will send it a message. So let's quickly wait for this. So as you see, next action will start in 5, 7, 10 seconds, just so that and by the way, you can change all of this. You can change these time delays, but it is still advised to use these time delays and not rush all these steps, because anyway these things would be running in background, so you can keep doing your work and your cold automation is happening behind. Okay, so it will wait for 30 seconds, and yeah. All right, so it executed the step of sending the message, and now let's go to the queue and workflow. All right, so in mail, and 16 people have been sent to webhooks, so we should have a lot of steps here. So I'll stop this campaign, I don't want it running right now. So let's go to, all right, so let's come here, let's go to the trigger, test trigger. I'm hoping several details, yes we have. So let's go to record C. So it's the ID, basically the name. So we have the profile URL, we have headline, location, summary. I mean, we have all the details that we want. Organization name, organization URL, and you can use this detail as whatever way you want and like. In fact, in my next video, what I'm going to do is we'll use this detail to find the email ID of this person automatically. I know you can do that. You can just manually take the LinkedIn URL, paste it into Zoom Info, Apollo, or Snow, or wherever, and you can get the email IDs. But we can build a simple system, and I've built it for several of my clients to enrich the leads within our Zapier flow. All right, so now let's use this, and let's select an account, connect a new account. Just wait, bear with me for some time. All right, so we have this set up. Choose drive. I think it's my Google Drive. Now let's see what all LinkedIn leads score list, worksheet sheet 1, and okay, so let's map the name, so full name. And as I said, you can have a different Google Sheet columns and you can use it. Now quickly, what's the LinkedIn URL? Where would I find it? Yeah, that's one issue with this is that it takes a lot to find the basic thing. See, like it's just not direct. You'll have to search, and there are because we have pulled a lot of raw data from there on. Organization. I need the organization name. Come on. Yeah, I'll just take this one for right now. Yeah, and status is let's write in mail sent. Continue and test. Let's see. All right, and yes, so we have it here. All right, so this worked, and like there are enormous possibilities that you can do from here on. So as I said, if you can enrich this within this workflow itself. We can use Apollo's API or Snov's API to enrich this, and then also add email to this Google Sheet or to any CRM that you're using. All right, so let's do one thing. Let's have this thing running in the action, and let's do a live test because I'll just publish this. Okay, and let's try to run another campaign. I have another person in queue, right? So let's see what happens from there on. I'll just pause. So as you can see, we'll be processing Jonathan. I'll just pause my video, and once it is processed, this is sent, I'll just show you that in action. All right, make sense? Okay, I'll just pause this. All right, so here we are. It's just about to complete its automation where it will send the message in next 20 seconds. It will click send button. All right, so let's wait, and I'll just quickly show you this in action. Our main goal is that once this is sent, we should have this entry into our Google Sheet. All right, so that's sent. That's great. Quickly see here. How's the workflow? Do we have 17 people in person to webhook? Okay. Yeah, it's an action, it's queue, it's 17. All right, so it's safe to stop the campaign here. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. Okay, so let's see if we are able to see in LinkedIn leads. Did it run? Yes, so you see it here. It ran, and we have this in our system. All right, so I understand this video was not sufficient to cover every aspect of linked helper and then also having tools in LinkedIn in Zapier. So I think I'll be making another video where I'll be talking. I think I'll be making two more videos. One would be going more deeper into linked helper and several other actions that can be done there, and what all other kind of campaigns. And the second one would be around creating a nice marketing and sales pipeline through this whole process and just using Zapier and all these tools together. All right, I hope you liked this video, and just if you're liking it, just press a like button. It will help with the YouTube's algorithm. And if you are liking this content, then also subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more that's going to come in future. All right,